Welcome back to Let's Make a Game, a channel about making computer role-playing games using the free program Twine and the Sugarcube format for Twine. In several recent videos, I've been working on an adaptation of the first edition of the board or card game Mini Rogue, specifically converting it to Twine and converting it from a dungeon crawling fantasy theme to a science fiction theme. And the plan was always that I would adapt the rules as written, and once I'd done a version that had all of the rules as written, I would then start on a second version, which would be sort of my expansion to it. I'd start adding my own ideas or changes. So I have gotten to the point where I've programmed almost all of the rules. There are a couple of minor rules that I haven't yet implemented and that I may not implement. I may just go on to add my own ideas that I might sort of judge that that's a better use of my time. You know, will improve the result more than adding these minor rules. So what I'm going to do today is do a playtest. I'm going to play the game, making comments as we go, and writing down things I find. So what am I looking for? Well, first of all, when we play test, of course, we're looking for error messages. If you get an error message, you know that there's something wrong with the game. Secondly, we're looking for errors that don't generate error messages. In other words, the game keeps running. It doesn't give you any error message, but it's not doing what you wanted it to do, what it's meant to do. Thirdly, we're looking for places where it's not clear what's happening. It's not clear to the player, or it might not be clear to an unfamiliar player what they're supposed to do. That can be quite difficult because, of course, I am not an unfamiliar player. I'm very familiar with this. I know exactly what's meant to happen, and it is quite hard to get into the mindset of an unfamiliar player. I often ask my girlfriend to have a quick go on it and see what she comes up with, and that's often been quite valuable. But obviously, you can't just recruit other people to be testers for your games. There's a limit on that. Also, just looking for new ideas, right? And it might be that there's nothing wrong with the thing as it is, but we think, oh, well, it'd be fun if we could add such and such, or we could change that so such and such happens. And that might be a change to the mechanics of the game, or it might be just a change to the layout that makes it look a bit better. And I've actually got a couple of changes of that last kind that I want to make already. The text title there, which is, there we go, the text title, I'd prefer to get rid of that and have a logo. And secondly, I wouldn't mind getting rid of the back and forth arrows. They allow cheating, I guess. And that's quite good when you want to test something, because sometimes you want to test something, you want to test the same thing 3 or 4 times because that's the thing you're worried about. But in terms of the final game, I think maybe I'll get rid of those back and forth arrows. It depends how you feel about cheating. I mean, it's not a contest here. No one's going to win money for how they do in the game. So you might think, well, just let people cheat if they want to cheat. Sometimes people want to go, okay, well, I'll go back and try again. Other people might say, well, if you want to do that, you can save the game. There is a save system built in. You can save the game, and you can load saved versions of the game. I tend towards sort of making it difficult and making people do it properly. But I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think maybe that's just a temperamental thing on my part. I guess I feel that if you can cheat, it sort of encourages people to cheat, and then when they win, it's not as good. I think that's probably my problem. if you sort of just, if you never lose, then you never win. I think I sort of feel like that. But also I've had the experience of playing games that are quite frustrating, and I just stopped playing. And maybe I would have kept playing if I could have cheated a bit and kind of gotten a bit further. So, I don't know what the right answer is. But anyway, we're going to be, in fact, I don't know what the right answer is, and also I don't know if there is a right answer. But anyway, we're going to be playing this game, and I'm going to be making comments as we go. And I don't know, I have obviously been fixing the errors as we go, but, there may be others, there probably are others yet to be found. So let's go. So we choose our avatar. I think I'll play on normal difficulty this time. The only difference in the difficulties is your starting resources. The actual game is the same. All right, so here we have the first card spread. Looks like we're going to start on the commercial planet. And then we have a choice between the space pirates and the peaceful planet, which will probably go the peaceful planet. Albeit we could go here and get, if we win, we get 1 experience. So anyway, then we have this, which is unfortunately that we can't avoid it because it's usually bad. And then we have the abandoned spaceship and the ruins. It's a bit unlucky that they're on the same column, so we can only pick one because they're both mostly quite good. So, okay, let's start with the commercial planet. So we've got how many credits? We've got 3 credits. We can spend 1 to get our hull up. We can spend 4 hull to get, we can spend 3 credits to get 4 hull, or we can leave the planet. I guess I might spend all our credits to get 4 hull. And then, of course, we've got no credits, so we're told that there's nothing more we can do. All right, so I think I might take the obvious answer and I'll go to the peaceful planet. Boy, oh boy, there we go. Sorry, the clicking, there's something wrong with this mouse. I think the computer's getting a little bit old. But anyway, so I can get 1 experience or 2 hull. I might get 1 experience. The experience increases your rank if you get enough. If you get enough experience, it works like a lot of role-playing games. If you get enough experience, you go up in rank, and if you go up in rank, that makes your skill checks more likely to succeed, and it also makes you better in combat. And actually, between level 1 and level 2, it makes quite a big difference. So I might get the 1 experience. All right, so now we have to take this, the quarantined planet. So there's a skill check. The way it works is it's your rank out of 6. I am rank 1, having just started the game, so I only have a 1 in 6 chance of making the skill check. That's one of the things I was thinking of changing. Your chance of making the skill check starts at 1 in 6, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And I thought maybe I might want to make it a little bit higher to start with, but still only going up to 4. So maybe it would be something like maybe 5, 6, 7, or 5, 6, 7, and 8 out of 12. So it ends at the same point, but it starts at a slightly higher point. But anyway, so severe storms damage your ship. Okay, so that's one of the things that can happen to you on that planet. Now we have the choice of the ruins or the abandoned spaceship. The abandoned spaceship's better if you've beaten the space pirates. So if we go there, we get 1 credit, and we get a 1 in 3 chance of something really good. If we go here, we have a higher chance of something good. I think I'll go, on the whole, I'll go over the ruins. So again, we failed the skill check. If you make the skill check, you get a choice. You get a limited choice of what to do. If you fail the skill check, you just get a random one. Okay, so I got increased fuel, but I've already got maximum fuel. So I guess I chose poorly. Okay, so we're in Sector 2. We finished the sector, and now everything's rejigged. Having no credits, I don't think there's going to be much for us on the commercial planet, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. All right. Our hull is pretty high, so let's take a punt and go here. Yep. Okay. Well, we didn't get the special, but we did get the credit that you always get. So. Okay. So this is the equivalent of in the original game. One of the things that can happen to you in the original game, the Quarantine Planet card is the trap card, and one of the things that can happen is a pit trap, and you fall through the pit trap and end up in a different level. And so I wasn't sure exactly how to retheme this. I rethemed it as a sort of rift in space. Um, I don't. This is one of the areas where I think the adaptation it isn't quite convincing, I guess. But you know, whatever. So we're now in we're now in sector 4, which is good because it's further to our goal, but it's bad because the enemies get more dangerous as you go up the sectors. All right. So do we want to go to the ruins or do we want to go to the space pirates? I think we want to go to the ruins again. Okay, we got force shields, so that's actually quite good. That's basically armor. It's equivalent of armor. All right, so here we have the sort of the end of level boss, the one that you have to fight every so often. The what are they called? The hostile aliens. Let's have a look. Okay, so they have 15 hull points. Oh my god, 15 hull points. They do 5 damage, so they're going to wipe us out in two rounds. And if we win, we get 3 experience, 2 credits, and a random technology. Okay, so my attack is 5. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure what we're going to do here. I guess that's the best we can do. Okay, so we attack for 5. They return 5 for 5 damage. I think it's a little bit out of order the way this thing presents. Like this should say 10, but like this is what things are before the attack, and then when you press continue, your attack will happen. And I think maybe that's a bit confusing. So I think maybe I'll look into fixing or improving the layout. But anyway. All right, so now they've got 10. They're going to kill us next time. I mean, we really only have one option, which is to re-roll. Yeah, okay. And they kill us and we die. Okay, so that's the game. Well, there's nothing. I mean, there are no errors, so that's good. It was a little bit hard. Let's try it again, and we'll try normal difficulty again. We'll go through it one more time. Perhaps not a full game, but we'll just see what happens. All right, so we got an abandoned spaceship. Okay, now we got lucky. The ship also has a functioning colony of O-type nanobots, which you are able to install in your own ship. I called these malevolent nanobots before. What they are is they you fire them at the enemy, and the enemy will lose 5 hull points per turn, and it's the equivalent of a spell. But yeah, so it sort of makes them lose essentially hit points over time. So that might be quite useful. In fact, it probably will be quite useful. So let's keep going. Given that I've got those nanobots, I might not do the space pirates. I keep avoiding them, but anyway, let's go to the quarantine planet and see what happens. Parasites in the atmosphere cause you to lose memories, and you crash the ship, -2 hull. Okay, so what that would have been is it would have been minus experience, but I don't have any experience. All right, let's see what we find in the ruins. Technology that increases my force shield, so that's quite good. We've got 4 credits, so let's go to the... And the hull's only 3. Okay, we'll go buy something. Oh, actually, Oh well, okay. We'll get 4 hull. See if that helps us. Okay, so we can we can sell the nanobots if we want, but I don't want to do that, and I don't want to spend my remaining credit necessarily. So let's see what happens. Oh, I find working memory implants, +2 experience, so that's quite good. All right. Let's take on the Space Pirates. We haven't done that yet, so let's do it. Let's see what happens. So the Space Pirates, they have hull points 4, damage 2, and we get 1 experience. We can fire the nanobots, but I'm not going to do that. Roll and add to the die to the critical hit, because if you roll a 6, the way it works is if you roll a 6, you can leave it, or you can choose to roll again. And if you get a 1, that cancels your crit. But if you get anything else, then it adds on. So if I was to roll now and get a 4, that'd be 6 plus 4 equals 10. But it doesn't matter because they've only got 4 hull points, and 6 is obviously more than 4. So the other thing with this is if you roll a 1, that's not 1 damage, it's 0 damage. A 1 is always a miss. But anyway, I'm going to ignore that, and so that should destroy them. Yep, we gain 1 experience. Okay. And we end up on the commercial planet again. Nothing I really want to buy yet, so I might just... Okay, so this isn't much of a choice. This one's straight up better than that one, generally. Oh, more force shields. That's actually really good. That reduces 2 force shields, as you might expect. It reduces your damage by 2. So if we're taking on sort of low-level enemies, they basically won't be able to hurt us. All right, these are not... Let's have a look at these guys, see if we do better this time. So we have hostile aliens. They have 10 hull points. They do 3 damage, so that's 1 damage per... Because of our force shields, it's 1 damage per round. I might not even use the nanobots, actually. I think we can take them on. All right. My attack is 3. I'm not going to re-roll the dice. I'll leave it as is, or the die. Oh. Okay. Well, that's really annoying. So I can fire the nanobots or I can take a risk. I'm going to take a risk, bugger it. Yeah. Oh, wait, I think they're going to kill me. No, we get to fire first. Okay. All right, so you get 2 experience and 2 credits, and the ship has a decoy flare, which you are able to install in your own ship. A decoy flare is another equivalent of a spell. It means that they can't fire back, basically, for 1 round. We fire this flare, and they presumably, in the story of the game, they're shooting at a target that's not there. All right, so I gambled. It was probably wrong to gamble, but we did win, so nice. Now we might be stuffed. We'll see what happens. Nope, we lose memories again. Oh dear. Okay, let's go here because we can definitely increase our hull by going there. All right, let's see what we find. Working memory implants. So yeah, a lot of sort of technological stuff happening to our brain this game. Shall we take on the Space Pirates with 3 hull? No, I don't think we shall. I think instead we shall gain 4 hull with 3 credits. All right. All right, so we succeeded in the skill check, which is nice. We've got experience 6, which means that we're level 2, so we have a 2 in 6 chance of succeeding in our skill check. I wouldn't mind getting 2 more hulls, so I'll do that. Okay, so we succeeded in the skill check, and we can get one of the following results. +1 force shields or a guardian drone. Guardian drones, or drones will have between 5 and 10 hull points and do 4 damage per shot. We've progressed in the game so that now the enemy is going to become more dangerous, and we get 2 experience points for destroying them. I'd rather have the force shields actually, so I'll go the force shields. All right, we don't have a lot of credits. I think we'll take these guys on. Right. No. So you can see now that we have 2 dice. Roll and add to crit on die 1. Well, that's not right, because that should be a 6 if it's a crit. So that's obviously an error. So I've got to write that down as something to fix. So we'll ignore that. Now we can fire the decoy flare if we don't want them to attack us, but I don't think it's really worth it at this point. Okay, so they did 4 damage. So I've noticed there's an obvious error. The force shields aren't reducing our damage, so that's like a pretty big error. I don't need to fix that. So after we do this run, okay, so we've destroyed the space pirates. I think I might leave it there because I found 2 pretty big problems. So there's a couple of little cosmetic things, I guess, but also there's some quite bad things there. The force shields weren't active, and we had a mention of a crit when there wasn't a critical hit. So obviously it's not quite as ready as I thought it was. So we're going to have to keep going with it. That's playtesting, unfortunately. Sometimes you, often actually, you end up going, oh, I thought I was basically done, and now I find that I've got this, quite major problem, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take to fix. But that's what you're looking for, I guess. Playtesting is a process of trying to disappoint yourself because you're trying to find problems with the game. So I'm going to leave it there, and I will work on that. And when we come back next time, hopefully I will have a more polished version of the game. So I hope that was useful or interesting to at least some of you, and I hope you will tune in next time.